Welcome to Nat and Grace Revelations. This is Tarot Tia. This is going to be a reading for the sign of Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Cross Watchers, whoever may be here. This is a weekly read if I didn't add that part, y'all. I think I keep forgetting to tell y'all it's a weekly read. I usually send out weekly readings through the website, but they won't be going out through the website this week. I'm going to just post them here. We'll do individual signs. Now, if you would like to receive those, please subscribe to my website. I usually do readings recorded by element, and then I break things down by individual signs in a written form. So, tarotbytiallc.com. Those usually go out on Sundays. Bye. That's so funny. It's so funny. It definitely looks like Leo is in a place to where they're just kind of like in their zone, kind of doing what they want to do, enjoying this abundant lifestyle that they've created. And it honestly looks like you kind of are in a space to where it's like you really want to mind your business. I heard escape, something like that. It's like you just don't seem like you really want other people in your business. You don't really want to share your pot of gold with anybody, or you're worried that others want your pot of gold. You may be worried about giving up your pot of gold. So I don't know if you've been abstinent or practicing celibacy, or in a place where you haven't been having sex, or maybe kind of hesitant to have sex with somebody that you value a lot, or somebody that values you may be hesitant. But it's coming across to me as if somebody is in their feelings. There's a maternal figure here: mom, sister, auntie, girlfriend, wife, baby mama, anything like that. That's a really big factor. And this entity seems like they need to be taken care of. So you may be in a space to where you have the ability to help this entity, but maybe being seen as Scrooge or selfish or greedy, because you may be taking from this person or not assisting this person while you have all the resources to be able to help. Does that make sense? It's like somebody is in a position to where they have everything. They have all of this money, all of these material things, and they're watching other people starve, you know? So it's like that energy that may be like a millionaire, but they don't do anything charitable, or they don't give a fuck about their family, or they don't have time for their family because they're always at work. Somebody needs attention. They need time, they need attention, and it feels like you may be keeping your time and attention to yourself, or potentially in a place or space to where people feel like you're playing like favoritism, like you're showing favoritism or doing things to where you're intentionally excluding certain people out of situations, out of conversations, out of social settings, whatever this may be, or you have been intentionally excluded, or your spouse, your husband, your wife, this has been done to them intentionally. There's a family member here who's not being treated like a family member because they're treated as if their influence isn't wanted, But in my opinion, it feels like it's because I heard Danny, this energy has a lot to hide, and they're covering up the fact that they've been sleeping with somebody that they don't want anybody to know that they're sleeping with, or talking to somebody that they shouldn't be talking to. And it's wrong, especially if Zenobia, Zeno, something like that. Zeno. This energy, Noopy, anything like that. This energy knows that they've been talking to somebody, but it's like this entity that they're talking to, or the entity that they traded in for this option, is homosexual. So, y'all, this has been such a big factor, y'all. I'm telling you right now, I don't bisexual, homosexual, whatever the fuck, the LGBTQ labels. I'm using gay, homosexual just as a blanket statement, okay? I don't care what the specific identity is, and I'm not trying to be offensive, y'all, but I'm telling you, somebody is turning down women, dissing women, being mean to women, dismissive to women, or doesn't want women around because they want it to be all boys. So they may start acting funny to the women in your life, the women that you love, the women that you're dating, or when women are in the social setting, they may try to intentionally exclude these women from the conversations, or try to change the topic of discussion and stuff like that. But that's because this energy wants to be on a whole lot of homo shit when they're with you. So I think if y'all are on the download together, this person is about to blow your cover. And it's mainly because they're starting to get really greedy and selfish, and they're starting to become very entitled. So this entity seems like they are a bully. They're in a space to where they are trying to convince people that they are straight when they're not, or this is a situation where somebody is trying to like make rumors, start rumors about somebody being gay or having a gay relationship, you know, especially if this is their best friend. Like they're trying to say this person and her best friend or this person and this coworker are sleeping together. But whatever is happening here, it feels like, you know, these are accusations. What's going on here? Because one of these people is actually gay. That's why. So it feels like somebody who's hanging with a gay person, but they may not be gay themselves. So it's almost like, you know how people are in society is. If you hang with a gay person, they'll assume that you're just like them or that you're gay too. But it's like, nah, like, you know what I mean? Like I have gay friends and like literal like lesbian friends, you know what I mean, that dress like boys. So, and I would never fuck with them bitches. You know what I mean? Like, I would have never fucked with them bitches. I was never attracted to them. None of that. Like, it's never been nothing like that. But we've been out together. We done kicked it together. You feel me? Because that's my dog. But, like, people would assume, like, we would be fucking or be in a relationship or, like, we were talking just because she's gay. And it's like, why can't we just hang together? Why can't we just be friends? Like, you know what I mean? So people will project their own assumptions onto you about your life, your lifestyle, because of your background or because of what they see on the surface. And like even with my best friend, like my closest friend, people thought we were a lesbian couple for so long because she was a little more tomboyish as we were growing up, and I was really really girly growing up. So we definitely could have looked like a lesbian couple, I guess, thinking of society, but not really. You know what I mean? Like we've never been on no bullshit like that. Like that's my dog. Like, but a lot of people will always think that we were lesbians together, and we spent a lot of time together. You know, we spent a lot of fucking time together. Like, you know, we grew up together. Shit, she helped me raise my firstborn child, for real, for real. Like, so it's just like something is here to where these people are making assumptions about somebody's life or lifestyle because the person that they're hanging with is actually homosexual. So it's like, if you're hanging with a homosexual, you must be homosexual too. Or you get what I'm saying? And it feels like it's wrong to think like this. It's wrong to make these accusations or assumptions or whatever is happening here. Somebody is finally realizing that the person that they've been hanging with is homosexual. Their best friend or whoever this is that they're close to or potentially had a child or children with is gay. Especially if big tour, big tour, something like that. Bitter, beater, batter, bitter, something like that. It's coming across to me as if this entity is jealous or angry of you having healthy long-term relationships or heterosexual relationships because they like you more than a friend. I don't think somebody realizes that their best friend or their homie is homosexual and they're in love with them or they like them more than a friend, but they have to sit back and pretend that they're just a friend, just a homie, you know, or they have to tame these feelings that they have because that is not what this entity has signed up for. You know, it just feels like somebody is kind of in a space where they're getting angry because somebody is instilling this fear, these thoughts in their head, or somebody instilled this in their head to cause them to be scared of this person. So just be mindful of this. Be mindful of this because it feels like protection is here. Protection is necessary, especially if somebody comes in telling you don't fuck with somebody, don't talk to somebody, and trying to give you all kinds of reasons and excuses to not talk to this person. It's because they want this person for themselves or they want you for themselves. So this is bad advice. This is bad advice. Like you found like the baddest bitch around, the you know the coldest man around, the most top notch energy. You feel me? And others were like, oh nah, it ain't all that. He or she ain't all that. Whatever, and talked you out of enjoying yourself or having a great person in your life. So just be mindful of this. You got people around you who look stressed and miserable as fuck. And they seem like you had the opportunity. They see that you had the opportunity to move in something bigger, better, and greater into a greater lifestyle. Or, you know, something like that is here. And they grabbed this person before they moved into the lifestyle. Like, hey, look at all this fun back here, though. You know what I mean? Before you go get married, look, don't you want to go to the strip club? Don't you want to go, you feel me, fuck on some hoes? Like, let's go fuck with the hoes type shit. And they did it. They went and fucked with the hoes instead of taking somebody seriously or moving into a serious relationship. And now their life has been set back. It's almost like this energy is still like 13 to 15 years old. They still like live their life through like sexual satisfaction or sexual pleasure or something like that. And it seems like it's really stagnating their life. Like this entity may still live with like a maternal figure. Maybe that's why that maternal figure is relevant, because they still live with their mom, or like their mom is ready for them to get out of their house, but they're not doing anything to get on their feet. It's almost like somebody is buying clothes and shoes and like material things, but it's like, why won't you buy yourself a car? Or why won't you buy yourself a crib? Or why won't you take all that money that you spending on them clothes and put a down payment on a fucking apartment? You know what I mean? Like, or security deposit. It's like, what the fuck is this? It's like, you get what I'm saying? Somebody is tired of this person because they're a fucking leech, especially if granny or grandma is a factor in this equation. They are tired of this person because they are a leech. They're not doing anything to change their situation. They're not going to do anything to change their situation besides continue to play around with people and possibly try to use people sexually to get money out of them, or do things to where they try to make themselves look as attractive as possible on the outside to be able to just get people to talk to them. This is lame. It's like somebody who is like buying shoes and clothes and all this material shit just to impress people, but they really aren't shit. Like, they really don't have nothing. So it's like, you got all these clothes, but you don't have a house to put the clothes in. You got all these shoes, but you ain't got no closet to put the shoes in. Like, you what the fuck? Like, make this make sense. It makes no sense, Leo. And it feels like you may be trying to get this point across. Like, what are you doing? Like, you have all of this stuff, but you're not doing anything responsible with it. Or you have all of this information, but you're only belittling people with the information. You get what I'm saying? Like, that's why I always tell people it's the difference between bosses and leaders, especially when it comes to this spiritual work, because you will have spiritualists who want you dependent on them. They want you to keep coming back to them, want you to keep spending money with them. And of course, like, we do this shit and make a living off of it, but that is not the goal. Our goal is to get you spiritually enlightened enough that you don't need the tools, that you don't need readings, that you don't need none of this shit to be able to make it and manifest throughout your day-to-day life, right? That is our goal. So it's like somebody is not listening because they're a know-it-all, or because they think that having money means that they're right, or is going to be able to be enough to win in this situation, or their age is the reason that they're bullying people, how long they've been in this environment, you know, their social status, whatever. It's like they think it means that they can bully people, or that they're better than people, and it just sucks, you know? It's almost as if like this entity is kind of in a space to where they look down on others, talk down on others, but it feels like they regret doing this either to you or around you, because now they gotta stand on that. Like, whatever is going on here, somebody is being forced to stand on this shit that they were on, that the things that they were saying, and they really are salty about it. So I don't know, like, if you talking shit about somebody and this person seems like they're going to hear what you're saying, or they heard what this person said, and they're making them stand on that shit, that's why they don't fuck with them. Like, okay, you don't fuck with me, or you want to talk all this shit about me, or you thought you was talking behind my back, but I heard you, huh, bitch? Flat out. That's why you don't fuck with this person. You don't have to pretend to be friendly, pretend to be cordial, pretend that you fuck with this person. Keep your distance, because you know why you social distance. Especially if fling, anything like that is a factor in this equation. Like, this energy is a fucking hater. Like I said, bitter. Like, they are so bitter, and it feels like they now are trying to kind of make it seem like they set up boundaries with you, or they cut you off, or this energy, you feel me? It's like, no. Like, or they're teaching you, they're enlightening you, and it's like, no. Like, I literally paved the way for you, bitch. Go on somewhere. Fly out. Thank you.